Alright, in honor of Destroy Lonely dropping If Looks Could Kill in 6 days, 7 hours, and 1 minute, we're going to be making a If Looks Could Kill type beat. I'm Hell Connie, for the market. So I started off with the sample I got from Splice. Yes, I use Splice loops. No, there's nothing wrong with it. One rule to keep in mind when using loops, don't send the loop out how you got it. And what that basically means is if you get a loop, flip it, do something to it, stretch it, cut it, just manipulate it and make it your own. Because that's what's gonna make the beat 10 times harder in my opinion. This is the loop I got from Splice and this is what it sounds like raw, no effects. Gave an ambient, ethereal kind of vibe, and I knew it could pull me in the right direction. What I did after this is I busted out to bus 1. I put RC20 on it, and I did something that I personally really like, I think is really cool. As I played the loop, I went through and switched through presets every 4 bars to give it a little bit of variation as it played through, and that just gave it more character. On top of that, I went through and I put shaper box on it with this time stutter pattern. Yes, this is the whole Dom Corleo beat thing. Who cares? It sounds good, that's why people like it. Later on in the video, I'll even show you how I further manipulate the loop to make it sound different. This is what it sounds like with everything. I lied. This is what it sounds like with everything. Yeah, it does sound harsh, but when I EQ it and add more effects on it, it's not gonna have all that high end and distortion and blah blah blah. After I did that to the loop, I pulled it out over here. I chopped it up a little bit and I switched some parts around just to make it fit the way I wanted it to fit. I pitched it up 200 cents, 2 semitones if you didn't know. Once I did all of that, I went through and put some effects on it. I'm gonna show you the effects. So for the effects, I put a fruity limiter on it, but it's not limiting, it's compressing. A little bit of saturation in there too. I EQ'd it, like I said, it sounded harsh before. This EQ is gonna soothe it, make it smooth it out, and this EQ is gonna smooth it out and make it better to listen to. After that, I threw shaper box on it. Not much really. It's just this little time. I think a tape stop effect. I think it's tape stop. It's just this little tape stop, and then I have this really fast LFO level filter for the high end that gives it more movement. After that, I followed it up with a little reverse patch on Effectrix. Loop sounds like after all the effects and processing. That's all for the loop that I got. Now I'm gonna show you guys how I added more sounds on it to make it my own and personal. So I followed up the loop with my own voice. That's one way to make really unique beats because you're the only one with your voice. Put your voice in there. But what I did is I used my voice as a pad. So what I did is I recorded myself humming to the bass line of the melody. I flipped it and turned it into a pad. And I'll show you all the effects I put on it right here. I have my normal vocal bus effects, so EQ, auto-tune, flanges, and here's where it turns into the whole pad thing. So I put reverb on it to give it the pad effect, chorus on it to make it wide, pad effect. I EQ'd at the high end, pad effect, and then I threw shaper box on it. This is just for movement and character. And then after that, I put this little pan preset on it. So it pans left and right once each bar, and it just makes it feel wider. I followed that up with more reverb, pad effect. Then I put a compressor on it. I just used it to really turn up the gain because I was humming it really low to hit those notes. Nothing really crazy. Then another EQ where I cut out a little more low end because it was getting too boomy. And after all of that is said and done, this is what it sounds like. That's my favorite part right there because it really just widens out the beat and adds character to it. I follow that up with these little keys from Xenology. These are, whatever you call these. I don't know what their name really is, but just these little keys that I put on for a little bit of character. They just play in the background and they sound cute and all that, and this is what they sound like. And you see how that loops really nicely. Just added that for the effects on this. I don't think I did much. Yeah, just chorus and an EQ. Follow that up with this weird little lead synth kind of thingy that I got from Serum. I cut out the high end and then I threw Portal on it. I'll show you the Portal preset I put. I put this weird portal preset, and it just adds character to the melody because I didn't want it to sound boring and dry. And yeah, that's it. This is what it sounds like. And it's way back in the back. It just adds character to the loop. Now I'm gonna play the whole melody all together so you hear it and understand what it really sounds like. Like my head's gonna explode. I keep stretching it. Oh yeah, that's the loop. Now I'm gonna go on to the drums. When I start my drums, I like to start with the hi-hat or a clap because it allows you to build bounce around those. Those are, in my opinion, the best sounds to build bounce around in a beat. So for the hi-hats, it's just this simple hi-hat from the kit. And I play down this little pattern. And that's it. It's very simple. I followed that up with this hi-hat from the kit. The other one's really sparse, so I wanted to throw this one in there to add more character and make it more alive and make it sound better, blah, 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 blah. This is what it sounds like. I followed that up with a clap. I used the clap. I didn't do too much with the clap. I wanted it to anchor the listener. There's a lot going on in this kind of beat, so you want something that the listener can catch on to and catch. Some people aren't born with rhythm in them, so you need something in the beat that's going to keep them from commenting on TikTok, whoa, the clap is off. You could hear it already has a little bit of bounce. It's nothing crazy. I followed that with this Bull 808. It sounds like this. And I just put down this pattern. All I did was follow the root notes of the melody, at least what I heard from the main melody, and it sounds like this. And at that point, I would have been done, but it just sounded too boring just in general. So I went through and I layered a whole nother bass sound on top of everything. So I layered this little Arc'teryx bass sound, a few slide notes to add more character to the beat, and this is what it sounds like with everything. So yeah, that's really it. That's the whole beat. I showed you guys how to do the drums, the melody. Right now I'm gonna play the beat all together, but before I do, I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm Hail Connie, Hail the Market. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, tips and tricks even, because I'm not a super producer, I'm always up to and open for anything. So comment them down below. I appreciate anybody that even clicked on the video and watched and even made it this far. But yeah, Hail the Market.